Hi, everybody. Welcome to Truth Tuesday. Today, my buddy Satoshi Sean is joining us. Boy, that's hard to say today. Satoshi Sean. And we have an extra special guest from Sean's channel and his own channel, Kif's Crypto. I can't talk today. I can't say anybody's name today. I'm sorry. I'll be right back right after this. Okay, so apparently you guys have to both introduce yourself because I can't say either one of your names. Satoshi Sean, good to have you as usual on Tuesday. Great to see you.
Nice to be here. Good to see you. Good to see everyone in the chat.
And Kif's Crypto.
Correct.
Thanks for joining us. This is your first time on my
It is.
channel. Yes, I'm glad to have you though. So I've watched you and Sean a couple times. I don't always catch on with all of what you guys are talking about because you get into like some pretty heavy crypto stuff and some gaming stuff, which I think is interesting. But I do appreciate your humor.
Well, we get into a lot of different stuff from all aspects.
Different stuff.
A lot of knucklehead stuff.
Yeah, is that what you guys ended up calling it? Knuckleheads?
No, the crypto rednecks is what it was.
Rednecks. Okay. Sorry, I knew it had something like that. Crypto rednecks. Okay.
Much more sophisticated.
Then you just finished a round. Were you live when you were just with our other friends?
Live, yeah.
Okay. And you guys were playing poker online with Joe Roats.
With Joe Roats, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll have to go watch that. I'm sure that'll be entertaining.
We've had better shows.
Oh no. Well, so a couple of things. I'm hearing a lot of people screaming about this bill, the funding bill. You know, you have to give my proxy war money. No, I have to fund your proxy war.
Yeah.
And
at least people are calling out the warmongers for being warmongers. That's like the main thing with Nikki Haley. Warmonger. Everyone that's like, we got to bomb Iran. Warmonger.
Bomb.
Isn't that mandatory?
I think that's how they keep their funding going, right? That's how
mandatory?
They get all the,
do you want to be elected?
All the side deals, all the contracts. There was a representative here in Oklahoma. She was like at this badly lit luncheon thing, and she was like, it was like the kid it's coming out of the whatever dentist where they're like, is this real life? She's like, everybody's getting mad at her or whatever, and she's like, you guys understand that like we're sending money over there, but it all comes back to us in contracts.
Yeah.
And I was like, she just said the last part out loud.
I know.
Like,
that's not what you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah. Follow the money, right?
So where is over there? Like Ukraine, Israel? Is that it?
That's the that's the debate, is that this team wants to fund Ukraine, this team wants to fund Israel. Nobody apparently wants to fund America.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. Looking from the outside in, like it's hilarious that you have like
it's clown world, man. It is clown world.
And it's like, what about the home country?
Oh,
it's insane.
It is
from a European's perspective. It's like, what?
I'm sure it has to look that way. I mean,
it's easy for people to dismiss Europe because they're like, oh, do you know how many people the whole population of Finland is? 5 million. It's like a third of just a big American city. That's the whole country. So that's the thing. They're like, oh, well, it's easy for you. You're just this tiny country. You don't understand. It's like, no, man. It's basic stuff. It's like, what is a woman? It's you can pretend like you don't know what something is.
Size doesn't come into it.
But it doesn't. It's just basic common sense, which was thrown out a while ago, though.
Well, then that lends to accountability, and that's where if we do wake up and see that they broke the contract, the constitutional contract with us, and if we are able to throw off this tyrannical government, and then have more accountability through nation states, I guess it would be. I don't know if I'm using the right term. Um,
It's a good term.
but then we would be able to hold big government more accountable, and especially with something like the umbrella promise, like I am for IM talks about, and using blockchain technology or a distributed ledger technology, but that
You
where
are
we
having
can
trouble
tune
with words today.
I am struggle busting. We didn't sleep much last night. He was sick all night.
Mm.
Yeah. When the kiddo is sick, it makes it hard for the mama.
You do get stressed. Yeah.
Mhm. So I'll let you carry it.
I was up. Lee keeps me up all night though, because it's. Did you know that there is a sauna
Dude,
for
I'm
every
like
other
28
person
hours before
in
last time I
the
was-
country of Finland? They have a sauna for every other person in the country. There's so many saunas. They invented it.
Yeah,
But like
my
Tuesday
brother-in-law
is
was
sauna
from
day.
Finland, and when they built their house, they put a sauna in the house.
They would be mandatory, Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a saying. You know how we have what makes a house a home? Literally in Finland, a
Mhm.
house without a sauna is not a home.
It's not a home. Yeah.
The
Well,
rules
it's
thing.
That is
part of
100%
their
correct.
healthcare.
Yeah,
Like if you're sick, you go in the sauna. You're
it's like a home gym
Oh
for
my
us.
God.
yeah,
It is
Yeah.
so good. I go like 2-3 times a week.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's
And when I'm
good.
away from it from like, let's say a month, I get fucking ill.
Yeah,
I miss it.
yeah. Well, think about how your body naturally heals itself with a fever.
Mhm.
You're
Correct.
killing
Or a
bacteria.
hangover. I mean,
Yes.
we got a hangover, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sweats it out. I haven't been in sauna
That's what it
in
is.
like so long. But when I lived in Europe, it was like every other week at least you'd go to
Well, hot car in Texas in the summer, similar to a sauna.
yeah,
You
but
could just
Yeah.
more humid.
the windows.
It's more humid. I tried doing that thing where the ice bath. I
Oh.
like have this
You
gallon.
try doing that? Ooh, that's tough.
I have like a gallon jug of like to drink water out of, but I put ice and water in it, and then in the shower I just dump it on myself. But it's so hard to do it manually. It's a lot easier to fall into something or jump in, but to like
If
hold
it's
it,
not like
pour
minus
it.
10 or
Oh,
under, it's no good.
So yeah, you have to have that where you start to shiver, and then your body
Yeah,
releases that whatever
Body's got to go into shock. That means you're going to
that
do it.
hormone.
It's tough,
Yeah.
man.
But it's really good for you. It does
Good for your
crazy
cardiovascular.
things for the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even do the plunge pool at the spa, so I'm out on that one.
Like, I remember come out of the sauna and there's this it wasn't really a pool. It wasn't like a tub. It was like 5 feet by 5 feet square, and it went down like 8 feet. And you literally just jumped into it, and it was ice cold. And then it had a ladder. You came out, and it was right next to the sauna.
That's
Just
so
walked
good for you.
out.
That's so good for you, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love winter here because you go from the sauna, which is like 120 degrees, and then you go
And he walks
into
home.
like minus fucking 5, you know?
Yeah, he's like stream to me. He's walking with like FaceTime, and first the streets are just empty. There's no one there, and it's like snow.
Yeah.
Everywhere. He's
It's too cold, man. But if you go,
walking home from the sauna. Yeah,
I'm sure like you go to like the northern cities in the US, man, it's going to be pretty similar, no?
yeah, no,
Like
It's not
Michigan is
similar.
cold.
Dude. Where is Santa's workshop? It's literally like a few miles from you. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
even Minnesota. It's
Yeah.
not that bad, and Minnesota's crazy. My stepdad's like, well, we can't do this because the ground's still
Minnesota's
frozen.
cold, man. Yeah.
Yeah, the ground's still frozen. We have to wait till then. We're
May.
driving out on the lake with your car on the ice.
Yeah.
Minnesota's cold.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not one for cold. I don't like it. I wanted to talk about there was something else. Oh, Trump's got a court case coming up that there were some possibilities. There's two outcomes that could happen. Well, there's probably more, but there were two that I was excited about. The Supreme Court it says about to decide whether to sabotage Trump's election theft trial. Let me see if I can share this with you guys.
So I have a question while you're looking for that, Lisa.
Yeah.
So in a civil case, can you appeal to the Supreme Court? Is that like I'm not good on that? So
You can
Trump lost his
appeal in a civil
New
case
York case.
to the Supreme Court. Yes.
You can go all the way up to the Supreme Court
Yeah, Supreme
on a
Court's
civil
there.
case.
Yeah, Supreme Court's there for
Yeah.
the law to
Okay.
clarify the law.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Like even there's a state Supreme Court, and then there's
Mhm,
like
yeah. The federal.
Supreme.
Hey, we got Minnetonka, Minnesota in the house.
This is
I got a
weird
lot.
for me because I can't see any comments or anything.
Oh, you can't on the right. You should be able to see them.
Yeah, see private chat and
Oh, wait a
comments.
second. Ah, yeah. Yeah.
I am
yeah.
private there. The Ray in
Crypto
1984.
Mojo.
Chuck, you
Yeah,
watched
right,
our
yeah.
gambling
Oh,
show?
I don't know any of these people. Hey, I know I am for I am.
Yeah. I mentioned the umbrella
Tom, I
promise
don't know.
earlier. I am.
Crypto Mojo, I don't
I
know.
don't think you were in the house yet.
Supreme
So
Court's about to decide whether.
yeah, this one is interesting. So it talks about how I guess there's some kind of, they're always manipulating the system, whatever system they're in. And that Jack, whatever, part of his thing with appealing it was to like hijack the current judge's ability to do anything with moving it forward in that court. So because they moved it to the appellate court, you had to wait on that decision, and then there's so much time they have to then appeal. So there's all these like dates and calendars and all this kind of stuff. And so let's see. This mandate normally does not issue until several weeks after the court. Okay, so it could be ordinarily when
But fast tracking is rare, isn't it?
it is. However, so there's this thing called, where is it? There's a possibility that this thing could go really quickly though. Where is it? So on the 12th, something's supposed to happen, and then hold on, let me see where I heard this. Summary affirmance. Okay, if the Supreme Court does not want to put this case back on track, it could do so in two ways. The most straightforward way would be to immediately deny Trump's request to hear the case and to delay the DC court's mandate past next Monday. Alternatively, the court could issue a rare order known as a summary affirmance.
Affirmation.
Yeah, like to end it, kind of like a declarative judgment, I guess, or it would be the summary affirmance, which would mean that the justices would affirm the DC Circuit's decision without waiting for a briefing or oral argument.
I thought that they were putting
Well,
off
that's got to be extremely rare.
It is.
just indefinitely. Like one of the courts said that they were putting off the case indefinitely. So it'd be
Well,
probably
that's what they're trying to do.
I thought that happened. I thought like it was on MSNBC or somewhere that this judge was putting it off, and there was no date, so that they were like playing that up like, oh, it's just indefinite, you can do whatever you want. So, but I think it's because it's obvious they're trying to mess with the election, just like they were trying to mess with it when they had the laptop from Hunter and said, oh, let's wait till after the election to put that out there.
But this is much worse.
So this is if they decide
This is
to
much
hear
worse
it.
now.
Yeah, this is if they decide to hear it, then they could go ahead and they could either deny Trump's request to hear the case at all, or they could go ahead and make a summary affirmance and make a decision on it and pull it out of it.
Interesting about this is that none of this matters. It's all doesn't matter at all.
Why do you say that?
Because of the border. The interesting thing that we're not talking about is that the Supreme Court, they didn't make a ruling. Everyone's acting like they did, but they said, no, the administration can cut that wire and take it away. And so basically, Texas is defying the Supreme Court because they're upholding the law, the actual. It's like
which law? They're upholding the one that they made previously.
No, they didn't make a law. There wasn't a ruling.
There's been 2 acts, hasn't there?
They said while we're hearing about this, they can cut the wire. And then the media is like, they said that they could cut the wire and that the administration's correct. And they just said, hey, we could either say you can't cut the wire while we're doing this, or you can. So they're like, we're siding with the federal government that while we're hearing this, they can cut the wire. And Texas said, no, the law is very basic. It's black and white that illegal people can't come through here. So we're not, so we're defying that. So, but honest, basically, a state is defying the Supreme Court. And 30 states have stepped up and said, we're with you. We will defy the Supreme Court too if we could. So now that kind of takes the wind out of the sails and the power from the Supreme Court. Like, whatever they do, there's 30 states now that have already said, no, we're not going to listen to you.
Well, how has this insanity got to this point?
So quickly. It's
so quickly.
Yes, since Obama.
Can you imagine any other country where there's like 50% of the government saying, open the border? And there's 50% saying we got to close the border? Because that's essentially what's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 50.
The new bill allows for what, up to 5,000 people a day to cross the border before they shut it down.
I think it's more than that. Now.
Yeah, it's some.
But even 5,000 a day is insanity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Computer, what's 5,000 times 365?
The bill.
You're going to be in 1.8, 1.9 million.
Is 1,825,000.
Yeah, 1.8.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's insane.
I thought I had it pulled up.
Oh my God. I got to stop trying to get in through Canada, man. I got to go to Mexico.
Yeah, dude. If you just walk
so
through.
fucking stupid. Eh?
Well, that's kind of my theory is that we are going to have a situation where people are going to just say, we're all going to say we're illegal aliens.
But that's what's going on now.
Yeah, but that we all, you know, that's not our government. Then we don't pay taxes, and we all get these benefits that they're, you know, these.
Well, I told like a year ago there were veterans and homeless people. Doing that. They were given a fake name, going down and getting benefits. Which is nuts that they were doing that, but that was a real thing. Berwick posted a video. I don't know if y'all saw this, but he said that that they've assumed and heard that Soros and other people are flying Africans into Mexico. That there's because he lives in Mexico and he has friends all through South America, and they're like, we've never seen any caravans walking through a country. They just show up like boom, they're in Mexico, and then they start walking. And they were in an airport, and he has it on film just hundreds for like an hour.
Free flights, though. That's why.
Africans, you know, walking through, getting on planes and flying to Mexico. And he said it's paid for by Soros and other people.
Well, you know what's crazy now? More people from Africa go through Mexico into the US.
Yeah.
Than they go into Europe now.
Which was interesting. See, we've been watching it happen to you guys for a decade or more.
Mm-hmm. About a decade or maybe 15 years.
Yeah, it was probably 15 years ago. There was this girl with one of the most beautiful girls I've ever known. She was a Benetton model when we were in high school, a long time ago.
I remember Benetton.
Yeah, she was a Benetton model. She was German.
Cigarettes, you know, also.
Me and her brother were really good friends. She was a little older than me, gorgeous. And then, you know, when social media happened, we like reconnected. And she went back to Germany. And she was telling me how terrible it was. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, there's all these, you know, immigrants, and I can't walk through the park. And then she told me that she was in the park with her daughter, and like 4 dudes came up and started like pushing her around and grabbing her and stuff. I was like, that's terrible. And she said, yeah, the police wouldn't do anything. And she was scared. And that was years and years and years ago. And, you know, I lived Germany when it was West Germany. Like, I was talking about my best friend, and he still says West Germany when he's talking. His mom's German. And so just the wall falling changed things so massively. Like, there was no crime. If you couldn't imagine life there. Like a store, you know, like at a dollar store or whatever, they have like stuff out front. When they would close, they'd leave it there. They wouldn't even bring it in. And no one would steal it. That was life there when I was a kid.
But that wasn't exclusive to West Germany. That was like Europe
That
50
was
years
Europe.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, I mean, if you were like in Paris, that was a little bit different. And
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah. The,
different,
the major cities are different, obviously,
but most towns, there was like no crime at all,
there's no crime until 10 years ago, man.
and now
Here.
it's completely, it's not the same place. Europe's not the same place.
So this is
There's chalk and cheese.
oh, sorry. This is Senator Langford saying like people are not understanding the bill that
I watched this yesterday. I watched this yesterday, or
to be able to actually enforce our border.
sorry,
Let's
sorry.
put them in place.
hold on.
Yeah, it's not again. It's not gates. Yeah, it's not again. It's not gates opening. That's a misunderstanding of the bill itself. It's how many can we process and actually deport. When you raise the standard for people coming across, when you increase the detention beds, when you increase deportation flights, you're not letting people in. And people are thinking about how the Biden administration is running it now. Right now, the Biden administration is allowing, for instance, 1,500 people a day just to come to the ports of entry, get a work permit, and get released in the country. People coming between ports of entry get what's called a notice to appear and get released in the country. All of that stops. We're focused on how many people can we process quickly and then deport out of the country, not release into the country. It would be absolutely absurd for anyone to be able to propose something to say we're just going to slow the number of releases. We're focused on how do we actually enforce our border and get us back to zero people actually crossing the border illegally. Every administration has struggled to be able to get the authorities in place to be able to actually enforce our border. Let's put them in place.
So he
Opening,
thinks
that's a
everyone-
misunderstanding of the bill itself. It's how many can we process?
Ugh, that's so
he
annoying.
thinks everyone's really, really stupid.
yeah, I don't like that guy.
He's basically saying, let's stop people from coming in illegally by making it legal. If you didn't get that, that's what he was talking about, doublespeak. He was
Well,
talking-
I don't know though.
no, that's what he was saying. And then he said, we can allow all these people to come in, and then we can deport them, and we can do this.
No, he's saying they're already allowed to come in. They're already coming in. He's saying right
Yeah, but they're
now
coming in
they're
illegally.
not allowed to deport them. They're only
not-
allowed to release them in, give them a
No, no,
notice.
no, no,
and
no,
take
Give them a
them
notice.
up at
But
court.
this is
They're
what we
not
do here.
allowed
This is
to
what we do
deport
here.
them right now.
No,
is
they
what
are.
he's
This
saying.
is what we do here.
They're not.
This is the whole thing. This is what we do in Texas.
That's
They're not
right.
allowed in.
Hold on. I'm
They're
gonna
not
show
allowed
you.
in. They remain in Mexico. They are not allowed in.
Well,
That's
that was
what-
under Trump.
how much does that cost us? Deporting, processing, feeding,
That was under Trump.
increase the beds, increase the detention. All of that is government. Give us power, give us more, and we'll take care of it. We're going to fly them and deport them? No, remain in Mexico. You're not allowed. That costs.
But only 1,500, man, go that way. The rest get this notice to appear, and some of them notices are 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
But we need to, first off, we need to say, Mexico, if you're letting them come through, which they're not. The southern border of Mexico is a huge wall. Okay, they're flying in. They're coming into Mexico. They're not going to cross over. Mexico's not going to let them. And if we say you have to remain there, it's done. The cartels alone will not let them into the fucking country. The government will stop it. It will stop. If we don't allow them to cross, we don't need to take them and deport them and fly them and do all that. Just know you can't come in. That's like saying we're going to only let 5 people come into our house and walk around and take a crap or do whatever. No, you just don't let them in the front door. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't mess with anything. It doesn't take resources away from anything. And it deters people from coming. Just, you can't come. You can't cross. No. Remain in Mexico. Remain where you are.
But wasn't that Trump's
Yes,
idea?
it was. Yeah. Which is technically, it's still the law. They're not allowed to cross.
But not enforced.
It's illegal.
That's not true.
Hold on. Yeah, this one they're obviously trying to get the voter rolls
Yeah.
built up before the election that I don't think is going to happen. But
You don't think the election is going to happen?
no, we're not going to get there.
You're not going to get to an election next November.
No, I don't think so. We'll see.
Okay.
The New York City Council voted in December to allow this. It begins January 9, 2023. Cities in Vermont and Maryland already allow this, and similar measures are under consideration in Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts right now.
The gentleman will yield.
Yes.
I believe those are considerations of allowing votes in municipal elections only.
Right, but thank you. That's the point. Everybody wants to know at home, why would they allow this? Guys, they're allowing it because they're going to turn them into voters.
Yep.
They already are doing this
That's why.
in New York City, largest city in America, and this is the plan of our friends on this side to turn all the illegals into voters. That's it, folks. That's what's going on. That's the game. That's why the border's open. That's why they've dropped it. Look, I
gentleman
respect
yield? The
Ms.
gentleman yield?
Loughran and all her work in this arena. Yes, I'll yield, Mr. Chairman. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
As a New Yorker, I would love to think that New York is the entire country, but it is not. It is not, and consideration is being given to permitting non-citizens to vote in New York, and I believe in
Citizens can vote.
capital city of Vermont. I forget which that is, but as much as I'd like to believe it, New York and Vermont are not the entire country.
But Mr. Chairman, that's the whole point. This is what's going on, folks, at home. If you're trying to figure this out, if you're scratching your heads, you're seeing the video, you see droves of people, 2.4 million people coming over the border illegally, the president allowing, the Democrats in charge of Congress are allowing it. The deal is they're going to turn them into voters. You just heard it. They don't have any problem with that. They celebrate it. Here's the deal. We have a problem with it. The Constitution has a problem with it. American elections should be decided by American citizens. That's it. That's what this is about. That's why we're jumping up and down and screaming, my friends on the video who are commenting about this. That's why we're so upset, because our constituents are frightened that we are losing our country. We're losing our security, or losing our sovereignty, because we're going to allow people from 160 different countries around the world to come in here and decide our elections. That's it. Here it is on record. You all heard it. I'm out of time. I yield back.
So
How
what
is
I
this
would-
even debatable?
Well, I'm with Sean that we need to go back to Trump's policy of stay in Mexico. They don't need to come here
Yeah,
and then
we
wait for
process to
court
Mexico.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's where I thought that when I was reading the bill, when they were saying, well, it's not going to just be 1,500 coming in. They're going to allow more, but they're not going to allow them to come in and be released. They're going to come in and then deport them
But why let them come in? And
because they already are.
Correct.
But no,
Correct.
no, they're not here.
That's the problem.
They're not here. We
That's-
put the
They
razor
are,
wire
they're,
up. We
they're
have
already
troops.
here.
They're not coming in here. So
They're
You got,
already
you got
here.
like
What you
8
gotta do.
million, 10 million extra people there now over the last few years. But
They need
you've
to
got
be
to process them
rounded up.
outside the
the
border.
government asks
And
for
sent
power.
home.
No, they have too much. So if they're
Mhm.
asking for more authority, more power, and more money, and more beds and more detention, no,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
close the door.
Just close the
No.
door. It's so easy.
Yeah, that's it. Don't let them in. They cannot come
I
in.
don't understand why this is even a I said to you before, why is it debatable?
Kansas is like, hey man, we have National Guard not doing anything. We'll send them there. They can secure the what? Here we go. What do you need? We don't want fentanyl. We don't want human trafficking. We're here to help. That
It's
is
such an easy fix.
never in our country's history. Never have we had people coming into the country who didn't like us.
Right.
Yeah.
People weren't going to Ellis
Correct.
Island like, fucking America.
Look at the history of
I
Ellis
live in the
Island.
wrong
Brilliant
boat.
point, Sean.
No,
People
there's
used to have to go
people-
there for 6 months to be tested for TB and all these other diseases
But,
before
yeah,
they even
but
got
there's people
near
now that are crossing
land.
that are like, I agree with China. I'm on the side of China. There's literally people coming into the country that
That hate you.
hate America, that
Mhm.
side
hate you,
with
yeah.
these other countries,
Yeah.
and it's not just because of like current political stuff or Palestine or this is like
No.
they're literally no,
Bred
communism is the way
hatred.
to go. I'm
Yeah.
here to change. That's what look at Texas is. There's talk of it turning. It's purple. There's talk of it turning a different color. Blue.
Yeah, I heard
and
that.
Austin is lost. Austin is like
Austin's gone. Yeah.
ultra crazy liberal, and that's because of people moving here from
Mm-hmm.
California, and they're like, "Well, this is how we did it there," and it's like, "Yeah, you screwed it up," but they don't get it because they're nuts.
But you pay the consequences then over the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a hot topic.
But see, to me, it's such an easy fix.
Yeah,
Right.
it is. It is.
It's such an easy fix.
It is.
Yeah.
You just fucking shut up. You shut up shop, and that's it.
Yeah. You close the door.
Close the
Well, I
door, yeah.
think we're going to have to end up doing something like what we were seeing in Ireland, Germany, all those, like the farmers, the Texas. Well, I guess the
Yes.
truckers are on their way from Canada, and
Truckers are, yeah.
Texas farmers are going to have to get down
Where's
there with their
Canadians
tractors
coming?
and
How crazy is that? That
Yep.
Canadians are coming to Texas
to save Texans. Yeah.
I mean, that's like.
But you know
blowing
what? You know what? If you want to look at how immigration is done, all you got to do is look at the Australian system.
Yeah.
I mean, you cross the border illegally, they will fucking put you on an island and they will process you then.
Yeah,
You ain't getting into the country.
Australia's hard. Australia is hardcore.
It's
My-
hard, yeah. It's very
my-
hard.
My
I
cousin,
mean, none of us in this
got
stream
there.
can get into Australia now because we're all over 45. Okay.
My cousin,
So that's what we've got.
my cousin got a job in Australia. Everything done, everything filled out. You know, he flew.
You
flew
miss an
there,
eye.
he was off the plane, and that was it. There was a small technicality. They put him in a room for 2 days,
Adios.
put him on a
Yeah.
plane, and sent him back.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Joanna, I heard they are getting work visas immediately. That's one of the perks in the bill, is that they're getting legal
Yes.
counsel, money, work
Temporary.
visas or permits, like
Healthcare.
yeah, immediately. I don't even
That's
have health
fucking nuts.
insurance, but these jokers are gonna have it,
Yeah,
and my taxes.
Yeah, but I'm going to
pay for
Mexico.
it.
I'm going to Mexico. Fuck this.
Yeah, yeah.
you should. How much would it cost you to come to the United States? Tell them.
Legally or illegally?
Legally come. How much would it cost you? to
Legally, it
come?
would cost me about $1,200.
No.
Oh,
told me
no way, no way. It would be.
big-
It's tens of thousands
big
of
number.
dollars.
the big number.
Legally or illegally?
Legally.
Legally, it
Legally, I
takes
can fly
ye-
into New York from here now for $800, $1,200.
No, it
But if
takes
I want to
you-
go
become a
through
citizen.
Mexico,
No,
It
if you
cost
were to
me-
become a citizen, how much would
no
it cost?
to become
you?
a citizen. You would need
Oh,
an
citizen.
attorney. It would
That's
take
completely different.
years
That's completely
and
Yeah, how much?
thousands of
How much would it
dollars.
cost you?
Because
About
my
$1 million bucks.
brother-in-law did.
About $1 million.
about
What?
$1 million. it
A
cost.
regular. I told you.
I thought it was like, well, when my brother-in-law did it, I guess it was like 25 years ago or whatever. But it
But
was,
he came this way.
yeah, he from Finland to
It's
the
completely-
U.S.
Oh, he came, but he's married.
Yeah. Well, no, he wasn't at the
That's
time.
it.
He wasn't at the time.
So like 25 years ago, in terms of European immigration, is completely different than what it was now. It is now.
Yeah, because he wanted to come here, and I was like, "Hey, man, can I sponsor you or do something?" He's like, "Well, yeah, but I can't afford it." And I was like, "How
Well,
much?"
you
'Cause I
guys
thought it
could
was like
get
12
married.
grand or 15 grand. He was like, "It would be about 700,000, maybe $1 million,
Yeah,
like maybe
you got
cheap
to,
on
you got to,
500."
you got to.
I
So,
was like, "No."
so Ireland has Ireland. If you're an Irish citizen, is a little bit different because you have like the laws are a little bit different. I mean, investment. If I was to go in there and put $1 million in investment, I'd automatically get a green card.
Oh, I
But-
want to ask you about, I forgot you're in Ireland. The accent should have given it away. There's a big big threat to your First Amendment right now. Do you know about this?
I'm not in Ireland now. I'm in Finland at the moment. But
Now
I'm
you're
Irish.
in Finland. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
let's jump
my-
over to my channel real quick because we're going over.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Ask me.
Yeah, and then I'll
me a
ask
question,
you over
Lisa.
there because they're really pushing Ireland's free speech, and I guess they got a new prime minister or something, and now they're free speech.
We
is
have
what
in
it
the
is.
It's
north
getting
now. We
crazy.
have a government.
It's like a nightmare over there. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
see you
we have
guys.
to we have to deal with the north and the south, so that complicates things.
Ah,
The
okay.
south is very liberal, and they went too far over, and now they're going. Now they're going. Oh fuck, we made a mistake here.
Wow. What is going on with this world? All right. I'll see you over on Sean's channel. He'll send you a link.
Oh, we're going to Sean's channel. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
he'll send you a link in the same place
Okay,
he
yeah,
sent
yeah.
you the link here. All right. See you guys all over in
See
the
you.
chat over on
Yeah.
Sean's channel. Take care.